Yeah, Shauna said she saw something on Facebook.
Notice of this meeting was advertised in accordance with the Open Public Meetings Act. Please rise for the Pledge of Allegiance. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. Roll call.
Ms. Trueblood?
Present.
Mr. Allen?
Present.
Mr. Gardner?
Present.
Ms. Jackson will be absent this evening. Mr. Cartier?
Present. Closed session, there is no closed session for this evening. Just to confirm, Mr. Bear?
There is not, Council
Gonzalez?
President.
Council, do you have anything for closed session?
No.
No.
Public comments. Anyone wishing to make comments before this council, please come forward. State your name, print your name, and make your comments. Ms. Phillips.
Good evening, everybody in general.
Good evening.
My first question is, can the mayor update me in the building in Presidential Lake where the fires will be on it?
Has there been any progress on the PL Firehouse?
There has been. We've got a number from the developer, and we're working on that, trying to reduce the number. Not quite satisfied with it, so.
Still in negotiations with the developer.
Okay, I haven't had a chance to call the county in reference where I stayed in the past. And I've been noticed walking every day around the park. I brought it to your attention in the about months ago. The park is used for recreation for the children, come and play baseball or practice baseball in there. I've been traveled to all the other townships, and the least they give them a portable pad to use during the games. There is no bathroom, there is no firehouse, there is nothing in there where these people gotta go to the bathroom. There is grandparents coming in wheelchairs in there and see their grandchildren play. There is the kids gotta go where they gotta go to the bathroom. They don't live around there. I think the township is one of the things, the priority that they gotta look for. What do you think of the people when they leave this township and they talk about it? They go and talk about it to the township.
Ms. Phillips, we've heard your concerns in the past. We understand your concerns. It's not council's position we cannot override administration's authority. When they see fit to bring something out there, council will act on it. You have to take your concerns to administration.
Okay. I cannot face the administration because I stated to you.
Well, this is a council meeting. You have to take it to administration during business hours.
Because otherwise I gotta call Mr. Mayor
Yes.
during the daytime and see what I can get because myself, I don't have no grandchildren. I don't have nobody to play in those fields. But to me, it's a courtesy that we should supply something to the children and the residents and the people come from outside the town. Okay, I noticed there haven't been nothing done in the Upper Mill Roads, the one I brought it up to you guys' attention. A bigger sign or something, just put it there. You just make a left, you go to a development in there. Because I remember, I witnessed a bit accident in PL. Police department were directing everybody to the development. They didn't tell them where gotta go. They just driving around and around. If I didn't have a hot dog stand, I didn't make a lot of money that day. Okay, but I think in the future, because we never know. Anything can happen. And we have to be prepared. The least we have a sign, or we even have an officer in that direction in there, they block the road in the middle of the thing. That's meaning when they direct the people, they come in the same location. I said to the guy, I said, you know what? Go back to the entrance. Tell that officer where you gotta go. Well, he told me come this way. I found my way out. That was not a nice answer to them. I traveled to Route 70. I know that there is nothing has been done in there either. And 70 East,
70.
Route 70 where?
530,
Okay,
530 East and 70 East,
okay.
and that stop sign in there.
Mhm.
Gotta be more, another different kind, a bigger sign, a warning light, the least. You let the people know what is coming to them in there.
Okay, again, it's a state road and a
Yes.
county road. We have no control over that intersection.
Okay. That's my duty as the county. Just gotta talk to them then. Okay. I let you guys go, and I will see you in 2 more weeks and see where, because the reason what about it is the building is coming up in there for the fire department. Okay, that's their concern right now. Thank you.
Thank you, Ms. Phillips.
Thank you.
Anyone else? Seeing none, we close this portion of the meeting to the public. Council, before we move on to consent agenda, I actually want to pull something off the consent agenda and move it up on the agenda, and that would be Resolution 126, 2017, recognizing and commends Pemberton Township bus driver Nicole Craig. So, let me just read this. Resolution commending the action of Pemberton Township bus driver Nicole Craig, whereas the entire Pemberton Township School Transportation Department bears tremendous responsibility for the safety and well-being of the students that are put in their care, and whereas countless hours of training is exercised for all the members of the Transportation Department, with their ultimate goal being a safe and successful environment for the students in ways that should not be underestimated. And whereas on May 11, 2017, Pemberton Township bus driver Nicole Craig put her training into use and was able to alert students of imminent danger and prevent injury or possibly death. Now, for there it is resolved, the Pemberton Township Council hereby commends Pemberton Township bus driver Nicole Craig for thinking quickly and implementing her training, helping to avoid what could have been a very tragic event in our community. So would you like to explain, or would you like me? Oh, hang on.
I had students that were at Pine and Clubhouse, and the students, 1 had come across, and 3 were, further back. A car was coming around the curve, and the 1 child was on the bus at this time, and the other 3 had begun to cross, and I laid on the horn. The vehicle was still coming. I laid on the horn again, and without words spoken, they knew something was wrong, and they returned to where they were coming from, and everyone wound up being safe. The children knew from, training throughout the school year that if there's ever a reason, sounding the horn, then you stay put, to go through emergency drills and other safety drills all school year long. And I was very impressed by my students, the fact that, just simply blowing the horn, they knew something was wrong and they should go back. So I'm very proud of them.
This is something that I came to learn recently, that our bus drivers drill into the students that ride their buses, that obviously the horn is a warning sound, but if they hear this, they're to stop and return to where they came from immediately, as they're in imminent danger, and to avoid that danger, they got to get out of the way and go back to where they came from. So we hear all the time of the goings on in this township, the bad things, as I point out recently, 4 shootings in 2 days and this, but we very rarely hear of these sort of things where tragedy was avoided, and I felt it pertinent to recognize Ms. Craig here. So with that,
I'd like to say something also.
Yes, Mr. Gordon.
I've known Nicole for a while now, and we go back since my kids were in elementary school and middle
When
school.
my career started as a bus driver.
Yes, and she had our route in Oak Pines, and I've always had confidence in her. She's very friendly, and she knows what she's doing, and I'm not surprised she did what she did, because she's a very confident person. So thank you.
Did the car stop?
Yes, the car did
Did the
stop.
car
Yes,
stop?
yes, he did.
But it was just, as a precaution, it's on a curve. They see my hand signals. I have very avid parents that partake in helping because it's a spot, even though we have designated bus stops for safety reasons, and it is farther off the curve. They can, if they come so quickly, it could be a totally different situation if the car had traveled another 10, 15 feet and the children continued to cross. You could have caught the third child or the first child. You never know. You don't want to find out.
Exactly.
And, that's why we practice when they have to cross. All of our stops are generally designated so where they board the bus on the same side. But unfortunately, sometimes there are a couple of stops on a route where it's unavoidable and they do have to cross. So between the emergency evacuations and you really work with those kids who have to cross. You drive that into them versus the ones that don't really cross. You just really work with them.
Ms. Craig, you mentioned being very proud of the students, but we're very proud of you for your quick thinking.
Thank you. Thank you very much.
Thank you.
Is there a motion on Resolution 126, 2017?
I'd like to make the motion to approve Resolution number 126-2017.
Second.
What's the time?
Poll the council.
Mr. Allen?
Yes.
Mr. Gardner?
Yes.
Ms. Trueblood?
Yes.
Mr. Cartier?
Yes, Mr. Gardner, would you like to do the honors?
Well, I will take the picture and give it to Mike Vintage.
Okay.
Yes, fine. I was gonna take one, but I'll be there.
Yes.
No?
Yes.
Everybody else might come. Right. Let me get one, so that way I can put it down in the driver's break room.
Those that don't know, Nicole's my sometimes partner on the ambulance.
On the what? On the what?
On the ambulance.
Oh, okay.
Moving on, consent agenda. All items listed with an asterisk are considered to be routine by the Township Council will be enacted by one motion. Should a council member wish to discuss a consent agenda item separately, that item can be removed from the consent agenda and considered in its normal sequence on the regular agenda. Council, any changes to the consent agenda that I haven't already made?
I'd like to make a motion to pull resolution number 120-2017 and number 121-2017.
We don't need to do a motion.
Yeah.
You could just pull it. You said I want to make a motion. You could just pull.
Oh, I'm sorry. I'd like to pull. Okay.
Any other changes?
None.
Is there a motion on the consent agenda as amended?
A motion on the consent agenda as amended.
I second.
Poll the council, please.
Ms. Trueblood?
Yes.
Mr. Gardner?
Yes.
Mr. Allen?
Yes.
Mr. Cartier?
Yes. Mr. Allen, Resolution 120.
Just curious, where is this located and what's the cost associated with the investigation?
Yeah, that's the intersection of South Pemberton Road and Birmingham. Correct. I'm actually meeting with that developer tomorrow afternoon.
And if I may, the council has previously authorized the professional to do the study. Several months ago, it's CME for $3,000. So that's been previously approved. This is the formal mechanism of officially asking the planning board to consider the area and then make a recommendation back to council.
Okay, the map that we received, it looks like this is vacant land. Is that
There's
accurate?
an old farmhouse on it. It's been vacant for, well, let's just say it was vacant back when I was on patrol, and that was probably almost 30 years ago. God. Yeah.
Okay. Okay, that's all I had.
Any other discussion? Is there a motion on 120-2017?
I'd like to make a motion to approve resolution number 120-2017.
Is there a second?
I'll second the motion for 120-2017.
Poll the council, please.
Mr. Allen?
Yes.
Ms. Trueblood?
Yes.
Mr. Gardner?
Yes.
Mr. Cartier?
Yes. Mr. Allen, resolution 121.
In the resolution, it mentions us making this purchase with options, and I was just curious, what does with options mean? It's in the third and fourth whereas.
The way this is offered by the company is you have a basic price for a certain size part of the structure, and then the options are, as you buy a car with options. The options will include roof type, roof material, siding material, the number of entrances, doors and windows, etc. What this project is proposed at basically soup to nuts. They will build it, they will bring it here, they will install it, make all the connections. We just need to provide the particular space right at the front of the yard in the back.
Okay.
Just an example, one of the options that we went with on this project was a pitched roof instead of a flat roof. We have enough problems with flat roofs now in this building, and we felt that it would not only look better, but it would be more practical going forward, maintenance-wise, have a pitched roof.
Okay. Also, if approved, the total purchase amount won't exceed the amount listed in the resolution, correct?
Yeah, the amount listed in the resolution is the full quote for the basic structure and all of the options, installation, whatever other costs are associated with it. And as I've indicated previously, the funding for this will come from the ordinance that was up for public hearing today, and that is to authorize the use of $320,000 in total from the capital improvement line item in the 2017 budget. This does not increase debt. This is funded. It's already been funded in the current budget.
I have a question. For the total price of the 184 plus, does that also include like the foundation for it, or is that something different?
Yes, no, they come in, they'll set the foundation. We were going to look at doing some of that in-house, but when we got negotiating with this company and the price was what it was to get all this done, we felt we could get more for our buck if we kept our guys out doing what they do for the township and get this as a turnkey operation. So they're gonna come in, everything will be good to go.
Good.
And if I may, the other benefit of this is that will allow us to deconstruct the public works offices in the back and create a better storage facility back there, and also to add an additional bay for our garage, which was the original part of that structure, so that our garage can work more efficiently.
Anything else? Is there a motion on resolution 121, 2017?
I'd like to make a motion to approve resolution number 121-2017.
Is there a second?
I second.
Poll the council, please.
Mr. Allen?
Yes.
Mr. Gardner?
Yes.
Ms. Trueblood?
Yes.
Mr. Cordier?
Yes. Ordinances for second reading, public hearing, and/or final adoption. Ordinance number 14, 2017, capital ordinance appropriating $320,000 from the Capital Improvement Fund to pay for the acquisition of a modular building for the Department of Public Works and property in the Browns Mills redevelopment area in and by the Township of Pemberton in the County of Burlington, State of New Jersey. This portion of the meeting is now open to the public for discussion or for comments on ordinance number 14, 2017. Anyone wishing to make comments concerning this ordinance, please come forward, state your name, print your name, and make your comments. Seeing none, we close this portion of the meeting to the public. Council, any discussion on ordinance 14, 2017?
I have none.
Is there a motion to adopt?
I motion to adopt ordinance number 14, 2017.
Is there a second?
I second the motion.
Poll the council, please.
Ms. Trueblood?
Yes.
Mr. Gardner?
Yes.
Mr. Allen?
Yes.
Mr. Cordier?
Yes, motion passes. Ordinances for introduction. Ordinance number 16, 2017, an ordinance of the Township of Pemberton amending Chapter 86 of the Township Code entitled Uniform Construction Codes in order to amend certain construction permit fees. Mr. Gonzalez, why don't you fill us in on this ordinance?
This ordinance is a long-awaited update to the fees that are charged to applicants before the zoning board and the planning board. In particular, I believe it's been over 10 years since the fees have been updated. Ideally, the thing is that there should be enough fees generated to cover the costs of all of the professional services, and there has been in the last few years a trend where escrow deposits are put by applicants, and then the applicants have to be asked for additional escrow monies in order to complete the professional reviews. And that just means that the escrow amounts have been too low, and then we ultimately have to go back and try to collect those fees down the road. These numbers have been are suggested by our Director of Community Development, Zoning Officer, and the folks on the boards. So.
Are you all aware, I just want to make sure it's not a typo, that on page 4 and 5, the fees actually decreased as opposed to increased like the other pages?
We are aware that there were a couple of fees that are a little bit lower, and this was the recommendation that came from the Community Affairs Department, Community Development Department, excuse me, and so we're comfortable that what is before you will allow the applicants to bear the full cost and also reduce our requirement to have to go back and chase down additional funds for the professional reviews. I think it'll make the process a little smoother.
Any other comments? Questions? Is there a motion to introduce ordinance number 16, 2017, with public hearing to be held on June 7th?
June 7th. I motion to introduce ordinance number 16 for June 7th, is it? 7th?
Yes, June 7th.
I don't know why I wrote 17 on it.
Is there a second?
I second.
Poll the council, please.
Ms. Trueblood?
Yes.
Mr. Gardner?
Yes.
Mr. Allen?
Yes.
Mr. Cordier?
Yes.
Will you continue?
Yes.
On ordinance number 15-2017, at the last meeting, we announced the public hearing would be at the June 21st meeting. It was actually determined we can hold that at the June 7th meeting because the planning board meets before us.
Yep.
So it was advertised for a June 7th public hearing.
Okay. Thank you.
The solicitor suggested we just announce it, since it was announced at the last meeting.
Does that suffice?
It was a very clear announcement, Amy.
Thank you. Engineers report. Any questions or comments concerning the engineers report? Okay, hearing none, moving on. Approval by council required for payment of vouchers on bill list dated 5/12/2017. Is there a motion on the bill list?
Okay, what was that?
Anybody?
Okay, so how could I word? I'd like to make a motion, yes, with the exception of any grant funds pertaining to the police department.
Is there a second?
I second.
Poll the council, please.
Mr. Allen?
Yes.
Ms. Trueblood?
Yes.
Mr. Gardner?
Yes.
Mr. Cartier?
Yes, with the exception of any bills relating to the fire department. Solicitor's report.
I have nothing for the public this evening, Council President.
Mayor?
I think it would be wise to inform the public that Councilman Cartier abstained on the fire bills and Councilman Allen abstained on the police grant bills only because they have conflicts or potential conflicts because Ken is a volunteer fireman and Jason works for the
State police.
state police involved in the grants. It's not that they're against the fire department getting anything or the police getting any grants. I don't know what's wrong with. I can't hear much over here. Maybe it's me tonight, but I didn't hear you explain that. And yeah, I think the public should know that.
Thank you for that.
Speaking of the police, we are going through the process, the hiring process. We did bring in substantial amount of applicants that went through here. There was so many it took 2 nights, which is very unusual, and they're now going through the background investigation process, and we should be hopefully doing interviews soon and get some new officers on board. As you know, in this budget, I believe we put 9 and potentially 10 officers in the budget, and hopefully by the end of the year we could meet that goal. And that's all I have.
Mr. Gonzalez? Council? Ms. Trueblood?
I have none. Thank you all for coming. And I know I've been seeing, the memorial. Anyone knows on the memorial? I think I saw it at the bank. It's listed
May
at
30th.
10 o'clock. Is that on Monday? I just want to...
I think it's Tuesday,
Is
30th.
it Monday
No,
or...
the high school is Monday.
The high
or
school's
Tuesday.
Monday, but
High
I know
school's
they're...
Tuesday.
Oh.
The townships will be the Memorial Day.
Okay. That's all.
Mr. Hill?
No comments this evening. I'd just like to thank everyone for coming out.
No comments from me. Thank everyone for coming out tonight.
Everyone have a safe trip home. Nice to see everyone come out. Is there a motion?
Motion to adjourn.
Second.
Thank you.
We did.